Welcome to the fifth tutorial. So in this session of the tutorial, we will learn about the validation. But validation of registration for the user endpoint. But before we do that, we have to make some cleanups in our code. So, like in the user registration service, we have to, of course, our user model had username to be full name to be required. So because it's required, we have to add it here. I think that should solve the problem. I don't know, let's check. And for the user model, sorry, it has been running and it's really affecting what I'm doing here. I think the user model, okay, we'll have this because the model should also be user here, capital letter, if that must work out. I think that's all. So then let's install our bcrypt. Yeah, I think I might have added that bcrypt js. While we install that, we'll be using our Postman to test. So I'll create come here. My network is kind of bad, but I think I might have added bcrypt before. Let's say, let me check. I think I might have added it before. So bcrypt, oh, it's here already. So the workspace network is some kind of low. So what that is, I think that everything here should work perfect right now. So let's go ahead and sorry. So the next thing we're going to do is to go ahead and import our validator and install it just here and the validator, because we need to validate our input, validate email, the full name, and the password to be sure that it's strong. So if email does not exist at all, or that email is not coming from the imported validator, that is a function called is email, and it will check for the email. So if it does not exist, go ahead and return this invalid email address, please try again. And the same thing for password. If it's not a strong password, we have a method called the strong password for checking that it accepts a value, which is the password is going to validate. The same thing for full name. It's going to check for its length, whether it has a minimum of 3 or maximum. It must have a minimum of 3 and maximum of 50 for it to be called a full name. So thereafter, it will check for duplicate, check whether they now hash the password, and go ahead and save and return it for us. So that is that. I think the system should work perfect right now. So then we'll be using Postman to test. So just go ahead and come here, create your workspace. You can call it AI site gen. I've already done that. So you come here to create different collections are more like modules. Just like we could have a user module, we could have an authentication module, we're going to have projects, billing, and subscription module. So let's this is auth collection module, which is authentication module. We're going to have sign up. So click on the sign up and go ahead and input my data to prepare it. Meanwhile, this should be done. The validator is done. So yarn run dev to start it. So while our server is busy starting, let's come here I should have a mockup data there already. So I've already created an environment, and if you don't know how to create that, you can come here. Let me show you how to do that. You can come here. Here's an environment. Come here and create an environment, and but then create a dev environment. You can create my environment, a production mode environment, and after you create it, you can go ahead and write a base URL, just like this base URL here. You can write it inside there, as you can add more env data. Then when you're done adding it, you come here and import it here. How do you import it? Just by saying this base URL / auth, that's all. So you come here and save. You're in dev mode, which means the base URL should be localhost port 3000. How did I get that? Because I already wrote it a base URL. Default should be port 3000, current should be port 3000. So I'll go ahead and make sure is my server running good, everything is up and running. So let's test. I think I'm gonna first of all test like write something that does not make sense in the password. Let's be sure that everything is working just fine. Let's test something bad first and see. It says, oh, password must be at least be 8 characters long, and yada yada and all of that. So let's make something out of this and remove this one. Let's check this one. Yeah, it says I need to create an account. So, and you can see password is null, everything exists, subscription is empty, ID is there, created that is there, updated that is there, email and full name is already there. So let's check again. Of course, it's not meant to create account the second time because email must be unique. So let's send again. It should throw email already exists. Good, there was a conflict. Email already exists, please log in. So our system works just fine right now. So let's save this as an error, and we add, let's remove this and just add a second email. Okay, let's just add this as a successful response. Let's call this 409. Then while we come here and successful response 201, which means account was created successfully. So that is that. Our user registration just it works fine. So what we're going to do next is to implement the login, reset password, and sending of mails, because that will necessitate every other thing that we're going to do in the system. So stay tuned and see you in the next tutorial, this chapter, the system module. Thank you. Please don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Bye.